Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Airships Conquer the Skies, where in the previous episode we took over a lot of territory. I'm not entirely sure of the exact border, but we're talking probably around this area, and we've pretty much swept up everything from the centre line to the west, to the left, including this sort of southern peninsula here. So overall, very, very good. We did manage to build a couple more ships. We've got some of them actually going back. We've got a New York, which wasn't so effective against the target over there as much as we would have liked. Actually, let me go to build ship, and I'm going to build... oh, I can't build another Oxford. Shame. Anyway, we've got those on the go. We've also got some fleets down the bottom here. We've got the Owl, the Aknakari, 2 Winters, all of those sort of thing, and we've just taken over this large shipyard here in Arglum, so we're just going to move those down to there. Actually, I'm going to move them to a little bit further ahead, because if we move them next to it, it'll combine the fleets, and I really, really don't want that. We have lost, sadly, a Denver and also a Dresden, and that's what we... No, that was the cost of taking that, which is a bit of a shame, but anyway, let's start to invade and continue on with the assault, which at minimum I want to take out everything to the top left here, and you can see there actually looks to be banding together, and maybe actually I don't know if they're banding together or whether they're just destroying each other. Either way, it's all good for us. Let me go and repair a lot of these. In fact, it's only really one Oxford that we need to repair, and we'll start the fight, which is down the south here. As we've seen in the previous video, it was pretty much go to an area, they just sort of give up, and then we do a gentle takeover and continue on. This guy is actually moving down to there, which is interesting. So I'm going to... They may be anticipating the attack, so I'm going to move down as well to... I don't know what they've got, but if I can take their last fleet out, then that would be quite worth it. The problem with that is then there's no fleet between myself and this guy here that's mainly is on the island. And they have an interesting... fleet. It looks like an explosion in a girder factory, really. Something that you would see either from Eve Minmatar or from Orcs, but it's very well armed. 1, 2 cannons. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4 sponsons, followed by all sorts of stuff. And we really... Oh, and this thing as well. So actually, they've got a lot more here than I thought. I'm going to flee. There's no reason for me to try and deal with that fleet when especially they can use their fleet to start taking some stuff back here and like intercept and that sort of thing. So they can crack on with that one. I'm going to leave them be. I'm going to go up to the top though, and to our large shipyard, sorry, huge shipyard, and to build ship. And I want to build Oxford. I want to build Oxfords. I want 4 more of them, because quite frankly they're just too good not to build. However, let's see, what can we build up here? View that city. We can see they have got some defences. Would be nice to take those out. In fact, I think I probably need to build... I think I need to build some more... Another fleet. I think another fleet would be of some benefit. And maybe even just full of... Do we want to build just loads of Barrys? No. The Harrier was terrible. The Excalibur was very good, but it's also stupidly expensive. Would that work? Would the Excalibur work against that? I think it would. Incoming fleet over there. That's what I was afraid of, because we have nothing to repel it. Okay. Build ship. The Denver. Build. Unpause. They've got a really slow fleet. View our defences. Nothing there. Build building. Dark Cube version 3. I'll cancel it. There's no point. It's not going to be built by the time they get there. So they're going to take that out. They're going to take that. But if we continue building Denvers, that should be alright. Oxford's getting built over there. These are all repaired. There is up-armouring now of that stuff there. Steel shaped hull, steel armour, blast absorption, or reduced weight. I'm going to go with the blast reduction. So we will lose this straight away, but it will give me an opportunity to see what they've got. Uncontested. Let's invade them. See how quick that thing is. And they have one thing. Start the fight. Issue orders to attack. They're going to try and go down. I'm going to move right down. And there's the boarding. This is the problem with having an open deck for your aircraft. We can get on board. very, very easily. I'm going to ram down because I want to force them to stop. There we go. I managed to sandwich them between that, which is good. Although, it seems like they've repelled the borders. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought they'd have been able to do that. I'm going to flee. There's no point in losing that. Okay, back to that. Build ship. Another Denver. We also have another fleet coming in. Up north. Where's that going to? It's going there, is it? Okay. I'll send this fleet back. And another one. There's so much stuff moving about. So we're going to lose this thing here. But, they've turned round. They've both turned round. Okay, well, we'll move back to there then. We've done a bit of a swappy. Bit of a swap. The Denver's built there. So we'll move that down. That won't be too bad. Up the top, we're still building the Oxfords. We've probably got a couple more remaining. But we now have 2 Denvers. And I think enough to deal with that. Just that one little force. Move these together like so. Start the fight. Immediately order the board ship. And then they're going to try and go below us. We will move down, which means there's a lot of people on board. That's all of the I think that's all of the possible borders, really. And that's captured straight away. Excellent. So we've taken an archer, which is a nice little carrier. Okay, I will say victory and gentle takeover. What I'll also do is unselect the Denvers and move that archer down to there, because it's not very fast, and you can't have some slow ships in these reactionary Denver forces. That's not what they're about. Build ship, Denver once again. Build 2 actually, because we might as well. And there we are. Okay, so Oxford's getting built. We've got nothing down here to really worry about. I think we'll send Spy there. And I'm waiting for this one. Oh, it's actually done. So we'll repair the Winter, repair the Achnacari, repair the Owl, because we might as well. It's a lot faster than the other stuff, but there you are. And once those are repaired... Oh, we've got another fleet coming to... Where is it going to this time? Oh, it's going to where we are currently situated. Okay, that's interesting. While they're doing that, then I will invade Kuder. I'll view the city, and it's not got much, so they'll probably turn around. But let's see what they've got. It's probably a big fleet. It's probably that big fleet that we saw earlier. Yep, it is. So I don't know what we can do about that. That's what's left of the defensive structure that was here. I'm going to move them further back, obviously, because we need to put some distance between ourselves. I'll start the fight and immediately issue a boarding order for the one closest to us. And then immediately move these to there and then do a flip, because they're going to try and put themselves in an arc where nothing can fire against us. But that's fine. I don't want this... Oh, look at the amount of miniguns on that. So it is a minigun boat. By the look of it, a Gatling gun boat. Let's see, though, if it is a repelling boarding boat. It seems not to be the case. Let me just flip them there. And boarding is underway. These are absolutely chewing the Achnacari to bits. But we do have shots out. We've got flak. What I'm trying to do is keep the flak that's on the back of these ships aimed at that, and the forward guns and the turrets against this thing. And obviously, because it's quite slow, we should hopefully be alright. Boarding is still going on there. It looks like to be a decent one for us. I can hear a lot of miniguns. I'm just going to spin around here. There we go. See, there's a lot of damage being inflicted by this thing. Every time we spin round, though, they're obviously trying to manoeuvre and go over us, which means that the flak cannon is also then in play. And I'm going to keep that flak cannon in play by continually backing up like that. Not only keeping this one in a frontal arc, but also using the flak to assault them. But the problem is when this happens, we then have to split up. So I've issued orders to split up, but that's actually not worked out, because move further forward. I'm not going to flip round. Flip round. I'm trying to take out this one, because I just want it out of the sky. Remove from play. Shots from left to right are actually not the best one for us. Let's not risk. I was going to say I'll risk a cheeky move forward, but I'm not. I'm actually just going to flip now because that thing is pretty much taken out. I'm going to pause it while I go to the right-hand side and check out. Yes, we do. We now have this in our possession. So, we're going to put it to good use. Move these back over. Actually, you know what? No, if they're wanting to do that, then flip it round. Move this further forward. That's what I was afraid of. I knew that at some point that thing was going to fall out of the sky. And I didn't want it landing on one of these things. But alas, that's exactly what's happened. It is a win. But I mean, that's a winter destroyed. That's a destroyed winter. Okay. Let me move this thing about. You can see it's quite heavy, so it's quite armoured. And going up and down and up and down. I've issued a flip order. All I want to do is flip. Are we out of coal? We're not out of coal, so why is it not flipping? Move to there and flip. Looks like there's no crew able to board that. Well, that's a problem. Gonna go on aimed fire then on this, but this is just drifting now. Okay, I'll issue another board. Oh, if I board ship, it might not work out. We might lose it. I want to keep on this, but it's currently no use other than paperweight. The only thing that's keeping this in play is that gun, and that's sponson, but this sponson doesn't have... Oh, I was going to say that sponson doesn't have ammo, but it looks like it did, and still does, in fact. And eventually we'll hit something that's quite vital. It's amazing just how accurate this thing is. That sounds critical. That was critical. And the secondary explosions... Still got that cannon. It's still in play and we are running out of ammo. Fast. Target that vessel there. I can't even move further forward because there's a wreck of the winter in the way. Can't even issue a command order for the Acna carry to do a reverse ram into it either because it's got no bridge. That's one of the weaknesses of the Acna carry. It tends to just break, but that should be a win there. So as soon as the flames start igniting all the sparks, yeah, I thought that would be a win. So that is a victory, but at a very, very high cost. I will obviously repair everything that I can, but we have come out of it with the Watchmen now. And they're running to coup d'air, which is not really... Let's unselect those, move to there. Not really something that they're going to come back to find is in probably decent shape. Let's start that fight. Straight away, glory belongs to us. And now we've got their fleet coming down to meet us. Right, Vic and Terry, and then now they're going over to there, which we would expect. Let's invade this other force, this other place. Oh, that's actually where they're headed to. Tell you what then. Move to there, move back, and then once we've gathered up, we'll head off. Finally, all these are being built. Let's attack Subtle Creek. We need another force. Got an invasion force coming from where? There to there, is it? Well, we've got all of these Denvers. 5 Denvers in total. I will wait until I get about there, and then I'll just issue an order to attack. We've also got another force coming in. And that's the same thing again. I'll issue an order and I'll intercept them probably halfway across the sea. It's probably the way forward. So probably one of the bigger fights we're going to have in this series is... Well, not this one actually, but there you are. Let's start the fight and probably immediately win it. No, they're still wanting to fight it. Okay. Nope. They did the maths. And then they're heading down to here where we have a spy active, and that disappeared. I don't know if you saw that. That fleet went there and disappeared. They mustn't have the forces and the money to keep things on the go. Anyway, this is going to be a big fight. So we have a carrier, which we'll put low to the ground about here. Actually, move it to there. Move these a little bit further up. So we have this carrier. I'm putting it further forward because I want to... Oh no, it's got suspendium cannon. Let's put it further back. We've got lots of these Oxfords, and the problem is we can't really put them in a position where they're not going to fall on top of one another. So we'll have to stagger them as best we can. Actually, I'll put them right on top, so if one of them falls out the sky, only another one falls out the sky, if that makes sense. Start the fight immediately. Issue an attack order, target ship. I'm going to target the middle one. No, target the front one. Let's just get as much damage as we can out. There is a huge laser array getting fired at this thing. I'm going to go for an aimed fire because, quite frankly, I think that would be best for us. We also have our triplanes coming in. Do you want to? No, we'll go with a normal fire. And you can see that even though I'm issuing an attack order on the first one, and that's a lot of ships coming towards, and that is an assault. Good grief. What are those guys doing? I told them to attack this, and it looks like they are. So, looking at the damage caused, it's very good damage. And it's damage in the right place as well. All the guns around here. They've still got this big cannon though, which I'm a bit worried about. It looks like, yep, we've managed to carve it in two. Right, issue the attack order on the one at the back, and continue on. That's all it takes. A couple of explosions, and the whole thing falls apart. Sadly, these really good looking structures is not as effective as just a big cube. They're a hell of a lot more interesting, and I appreciate them more. But aesthetically, brilliant. Mechanically, problematic at times. Saying that, they probably have done a bit of damage. No, they've done nothing. Okay, fine. I take it all back to the garbage. No, not really. I do really like them. Anyway, select all of those again. We can see that they have suffered a lot of damage. There's only this little bit in the centre that, as soon as we chip it out, it does that. Target the one at the back there, and immediately, as soon as we clip it, yep, that's it, gone. So, gentle takeover, and let's go and invade that one and just work our way down. So Zim and Subtle Creek have joined the alliance over here. That changes things then. That changes things. It means I'm going to go straight towards this fleet. And oh! The denizens of this Subtle Creek have revolted. Interesting. So we'll come back and start the fight. It won't take too long to finish the fight because there's nothing there for me to deal with. Brutal takeover now. And then we're going to invade down there. Okay, how is this other fleet doing? They are not very far across the pond. I am going to intercept that. And checking down here, we'll invade that. And then invade that. Although, we should probably get the Akanakari in play first. Let me do that as well. This is the last big city down the south for this guy. It does have some defences. I'm going to reserve... Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to activate the hulls and put them down the bottom. Because they will be able to take out the planes that come past. Not very well, but they can technically take the planes out that come past. Speaking of planes, we also have an archer, which carries planes. We also have a big Gatling machine, and the Denver, which is our boarding one. Close the reserve box. Issue a move order to go there. And we'll go back over to issue a move order for this lumbering beast. Issue a boarding action for this one at the front. There you go. I'm just going to put that in play. I'm going to put these down. You can see the Gatling guns are coming into effect very nicely. In fact, this is just a bigger brother of the Barry, which is a really cool design. I'm going to put rapid fire on it because it's already damaged. It's already sort of rapid firing anyway. You see the damage it causes is unbelievable. Close range. And we have got some bombers still to deal with, but if they get close to this thing, there you go. We've got grape shot cannons, and they've got the miniguns, or the Gatling guns, whatever you want to call them. Either way, they've not got much left because it's all been just taken out. I'll move these down. Can they not fire against that? Oh, it looks like they can't fire against that, which is a shame. I thought they could. thought they could. We'll put this one on aim fire. Put this one on aim fire. Put that one also on aim fire, because they're quite a distance away. Our watchman here, which is what it's called, is doing a lot of damage. I'm going to slowly creep it forward. Didn't intend to ram into that, but I don't think we have much of a choice. I'm also going to put it, strangely, I'm going to put it on aim fire. It's also just run out of... Oh no, it's still got one propeller. There's one propeller remaining. So I put it on aim fire, which you might think that's a crazy thing to do on this. Well, we don't have much choice. We're running out of ammo. And although they are inherently inaccurate, at least trying to aim is better than not. I'm going to put it at max speed too, because quite frankly the damage we're outputting to these is... It's something they can't take, and this should be a win on this. There's a lot more damage out than we thought. And then a victory. Brutal takeover, because I need to take that quite fast. This is our interception against this thing, and that is literally their only thing, is it? Right, okay. So I'm going to move them so they are staggered. Now, this could go horribly, horribly wrong, but I'll issue a move order after I've issued the board order, because I want them in a position to board. I'm going to see where he goes, but I think they're just going to try and go down and around. But as you can see, because we've stacked up like so, we've managed to get a lot of these right near, and that's a win. It's very, very unlikely. Oh! No. Lost our suspendium chamber there. It's very unlikely that they'll be able to survive a board like that, but I think we'll have lost to Denver, but that's a capture. We have taken control of the Cormorant. Okay, victory. And move back to there. But what I'm going to do is issue another move order separately for them. Split up the Cormorant so we get back quickly. This is the attack at the guy's only forces remaining. Quite frankly, it's not too much we should have to really worry about. Gentle takeover, and they actually... I'm going to intercept. Click to intercept. Let's invade that. Actually, invade that. We'll invade the big one first. We'll invade that. No, we'll invade that one. Same fight again. This little thing here, which the Rays just completely carve it up. And they've lost that. And then we'll go to Zim, which is their only city left, with surprising amount of defences actually. So this could be a different fight than usual. They do have these aerial hussars, which, as you can see, our triplanes are making absolute mincemeat of, because that's what they're for. But sadly, they're also getting far too close to these towers, and they've just been shot down because we can't issue orders for stopping them. Shame. It'd be nice to be able to tell them to wait, like don't launch, but they launch straight away. Anyway, we're going to go for an aimed fire. They're actually trying to go back to repair themselves, but a lot of the docking places are no longer in existence. I'll issue an attack order on the middle one. The reason for that is even if they miss, they hit left and right and will still cause the damage, which is exactly what we're seeing. So even though targeting the far right one is better because it's got the most weapons, yes, but it's still got the remaining weapons, targeting the middle one means that any shots left and right that miss is actually putting damage on those as well. By the look of it. Is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, first one destroyed, second one getting there, third one still got some guns there, but not a lot. And then the fourth one is, I wouldn't call it factory fresh. I mean, taxed work. I mean, yeah, it's still got guns. I'm going to target that now. And then put it to max speed because, quite frankly, it's a win. We know it's a win. We can tell ourselves that's a win, but it's just a time. Yeah, there we go. And a gentle takeover, followed by an invasion, followed by checking this fleet, which is still on its way. Move to there. This is the fight up the top here. Obviously, I haven't went round to these other places. I know this was mentioned in a previous episode's comments. I haven't went round and removed a lot of the stuff that we've taken, like these defenses, and scrapped them. Yes, you are entirely correct. I think I should probably do some of them. I mean, scrap. A lot of these are just... Let's repair that. Scrap all of these bits. So much just... refit. Scrap it. Yeah, if I can repair it, I will, but there we go. There's those two back in play. But it would just take far too long to deal with all of those. So we've taken the northern area, Zim. That is fine. We've went back here to repair this other Denver, which shouldn't take too long. We will then get an intercept on this one. We have the fleets here that are also in need of some dire repairs. We've got the hulls and the other stuff getting repaired. This is all together now and repaired, and we'll start invading Fobo there. And then finally, intercept. This is the fight up the top. Again, glory belongs to us. Won't take long. And we've had a couple of... It's when the fights are hard, they're really generally quite hard to fight, but at the moment down here, not so much. I'm just invading all of these little provinces. This is our boarding now. We are in a position where we have 2 ships to deal with. I'm going to issue a boarding order on the bottom one. Oh, they've got spiders. They're all about boarding too. Okay. Let's move forward. And let's see what happens. So they have spiders, boarding spiders, and they are successfully going to take that out. The thing about those boarding spiders is that they are the best boarding thing in the game, the robotic spiders. The downside is that they cannot control a ship. And I say they're the best in the game. We've managed to defeat them. I don't know how, but we have. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. So, boarding is happening down the bottom here, which we've now captured it, which is excellent. This one at the top, not so much. And we probably won't be able to do much with it. The problem is that it's... Please don't stand there. Oh, good grief. It's got no suspendium anymore, and it's fallen out of the sky. It also has no engines. Don't know if you saw that. It was just it's completely out of engine. This one we can flip round, can we? We do still have a propeller, but again, sometimes when you board, they tend to board the weapons and such first, or some of the vital points, but we've captured it, and they're not doing anything. We can tell them to move, but they're not moving, which is a shame. This thing has run out of weapon. These two also are running low on resources. I will tell them to go to an aimed fire, because we could still technically lose it, because there's that to go. I think there was a ship also on the left-hand side, which there is, but it's got no propeller, so it can't do anything. So I'll put it at max speed. This should be a win. Put them on aim fire, so that's the only thing I can really do. Damage is out. Split the front off. But we're running out of ammo. And it's not surrendered yet. You, ramp, go. There we go, there's a bit more. There's this... Oh, there's more boarding, but it is a victory. It is a victory, and that was down here. So I'm going to choose to fly to that destination. I will move those there, and then move that one to there, because that's the slow one. So that was a decent little assault there, and repel. This is another fight down the southern part. I wanted to completely take the northern area, but it doesn't look like it's going to work out. Let me view this guy's city, which is quite a large city. I'm going to issue a destroy order, and I'm spending so much money trying to destroy them, but it only worked out with the last one there. We'll invade that. Then finally this fight up the top, which should be again quite an easy one. And there we go, a standard sort of structure. Gentle takeover. We'll issue an order for attack on Chitzel. And then finally, we've got these other two remaining. Probably going to give up straight away. Are they not? They're not. This is the last remaining point, so I can sort of understand. But they can't come back from it anyway, because even though they've got that there, there's nothing they can do about it. So we've got Ignat and Wormsea. This is the, I was going to say big fight. It's not the big fight. It's the bigger fight down the bottom, which I will probably use the winter to get close to. Look at the speed of that thing. I like the look of these ones, where they've got like the legs sort of keeping up, and then all of the bits at the bottom, which is cool. And this one looks like a land fortress that you've sort of driven there, and then you sort of dump it in, not dump it, but you put it on the ground. I've issued a boarding order for the one at the back, but it's going to take quite some time, I think, to get there. Damage output is good. They've got, by the look of it, miniguns and, well, it's miniguns and rockets of all things, which is not a bad thing, and that's a lot. I was going to say that's a good capture. That is a very good capture. I will tell them to target that one, but I don't think they're going to fire. They're just going to take control. And it's just a matter of time before we see the other ones destroyed. Aimed fire. That should be it. And that is a victory down there. So we've managed to take out more down the south than we have up the north. Okay, I think we're going to leave it there. Next episode, we will repair all of the ships that we need to repair. Get all the fleets sort of back up to full strength and build some more stuff. Finish off the only sort of last remaining bastion at the northwest here. And then we have all of this guy, which is actually an unknown quantity. We've not even looked at their fleet. Sorry, say a fleet. They haven't got a fleet, but we've not even looked at their ground forces. So we'll see how we get on as always. If you haven't enjoyed the video and the series thus far, comments in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.